Hi, friend. My name is Melissa Gentil, and I'm a creative based in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Welcome to Unfinished Thoughts, a podcast on intentional living, biz, and creativity, but mostly just a space for you to hide out from the busy world and quiet your mind long enough to relax. You're welcome to stay for as long as you'd like and to subscribe if this space starts to feel like home to you. Welcome. I was invited to speak at this youth conference, and it hasn't happened yet, so I'll probably let you guys know how it went. But for now, I'm prepping, and I've gone through so many ups and downs, mountains and valleys as I'm prepping for this conference. I mean, I've done workshops and stuff, but this is definitely out of my comfort zone and something that I know that I will probably enjoy doing once I get on stage. But in the meantime, I just have so many thoughts going through my mind, and some are great and productive, and some are just not so great, not so productive, not so helpful. I can share some of the productive thoughts with you. One of the first things that I really wanted to kneel down, and between intentionality and perfectionism, I landed somewhere between the two and was just praying and asking the Lord, okay, what do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to say on your behalf? Because that's essentially why I'm there. I'm not there to talk about myself or what I do or what I've accomplished. That's not it, and that's not my goal. That's not my intention. So that's one of the first thoughts I would say that's come through my mind is that, okay, what do you want me to say? The second thing, or the second thought I would say that's come to my mind is who am I speaking to? Who am I talking to? I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, yes, I'm talking to young people, but that is still vague. And I think we don't often think about target audience, or we don't often think enough about that. And it's not just like a marketing thing or, speaking in public thing. It's just, I think, a life thing. If you're gonna create an organization or a nonprofit or some type of ministry, some type of project that's going to help this person or that person, you have to think about that person. Like, okay, are they going to use whatever you're offering? Like, are they interested? Is that the solution that works for them? Like, those are the kind of questions that should be on our minds before just saying, okay, I have the solution. And that goes for business, obviously. That's foundational when it comes to doing business. If you don't know who your target audience is, who your customers are gonna be, what their pain points are, what they need, and how that relates to what you may provide or what you might think about providing. If you don't know that, the answer to that question, then you've missed a huge step in the process, in the brainstorming / building process. That's one of the thoughts that came to my mind, and I'm still trying to be even clearer on who I'm going to be talking to. I think I have an idea, but it's not fully formed yet. I can still get some more clarity, so working on that. The other aspect of prepping for this presentation is what it's made me think and reflect on. I am a legacy. A legacy of what? I don't I don't know how to explain it in a way that's not, because okay, let me just say it. Basically, my family has been in ministry for a very, very long time. I don't want to say starting with my great grandfather, but he's one of the the main ones that I can think about. He was a missionary in the north of Haiti, pastor. He lived a life, of ministry, and my grandma, his daughter, married a pastor, and my grandpa lived a life of ministry. He was a pastor, like I said, lived a life, really for the Lord, just had a huge impact. At least that's what people have said. He's definitely had a huge impact on me. But that's a lot of people have said that he's had a great impact on them as well. So that's great. And then his son, my dad, is also in ministry, also a pastor, also having a huge impact on other people, including me. And then you have me. I'm still, loving the Lord as well. That's my legacy. Loving the Lord and doing ministry in however, in whatever shape or form however it looks. And whether it's missions or in through work or through business or through church, whatever it is, that's just, yeah. That's something that's on my heart, and that's something that I've been doing, that I continue to do. But the legacy part I'm talking about is not just ministry, really. It's the, you know, relationship with God that I would say is legacy. But also, and the reason why I had a pause when I was sharing about the word legacy is because it's not something that's passed down. Like, relationship with God is not something that's passed down from one generation to the next. In the sense that just because my dad has a relationship with God doesn't mean that I automatically have a relationship with God. Just because he's saved doesn't mean that I automatically am saved. But the legacy is just happens to be that my great grandparents, my grandparents, my parents, and now me, that we all share this love for the Lord and this desire to live a life that of purpose, of ministry, of mission, the way that He's called us to. So that's the legacy part, I guess. And it's the legacy, the heritage. And so I'm that's one of the things that I want to talk about. But at the same time, I want to say that there's some parallel with, let's say that, someone who's maybe their parents, were rich, and then they inherit, their parents' fortune. They can choose to build on that fortune, or they can choose to spend it all and squander it. And I think that's part of legacy. It's my great grandparents taught their children about God and did the best that they could to show them who God is, to show them God's love, to show them what the truth is, to show them the truth of the gospel, the truth, to, help them in their walk with the Lord. And so did my grandparents to my parents, and so did my parents to me and my brother. But at the end of the day, what I choose to do with that legacy and that heritage that I receive, I can receive all those things, not salvation, but I can receive, the training, discipleship, just everything that I was taught and everything that I was shown through words and action. I can receive those things, let them bear fruit in my own life, or I can squander those things that we've received that I've received from my parents. And so I guess my hope for that presentation is that people come out of it feeling like they understand a bit better what legacy means, and not just how to receive it if they have received it, but also how to build upon it. It's not something that just happens organically. Relationship in general, with anyone and with God especially, does not happen just like that. It's something that we have to work on building. Obviously, grace is something that is given and freely given. It's nothing that we do to receive it. So, we make that distinction. But I'm just saying, building a relationship with God, you can't just be like, yeah, I don't have time to read my Bible every day, but I'm in a relationship with God. Like, what? No. Just like if you have a friend, you never text them, eventually they're not going to be your friend. So it's the same thing. If you're rarely praying, you're rarely talking to God, obviously you don't have, like, your relationship basically dwindles over time. So yeah, that's a bit of what I'm talking about. And I'm excited to share, but I'm also, of course, I worry about how I'm gonna share, what's gonna happen, am I gonna do well, this and that. And those are the thoughts I was talking about. Some are productive, like the ones I've shared, and some are not that productive. All those questions, I think, often, at least for me, and maybe for you as well, like, you can identify with that. Often those questions stem from pride. Like, am I gonna do well? Am I gonna be liked? Is what I'm saying gonna hit the spot with, the audience? Are they gonna clap or laugh at this joke or clap at this moment? Like, it becomes a lot, like, slowly and surely, instead of it being productive, the thoughts become unproductive because they're stemming from pride. And so I think part of prepping for, just in general, part of prepping for this event, this conference, has been just praying for, and asking for prayer as well, praying for the pride to be killed so that serving can come from a place of love, but also humility, as opposed to pride and self-preservation. So yeah, serving out of love, serving out of humility, that's the goal. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was, I don't know, yeah, I hope it was good food for thought or just relaxing in general. Yeah. Okay, bye.